Sup, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the weekend stream. So nice of you to guys tune in and show up. So today we have a couple things we want to do. Of course, we have an account review, and we're going to be talking about what's kind of going on with Hoyoverse, right? It's very uncharacteristic of Hoyoverse to be having so many of these kind of minor things, because it's one thing that they just ignore it and don't address it and move on and pretend like it's part of the game, right? It's not a problem if you just pretend like it's by design. But with Yamiko's targeting system, they went through the fixes and tried to change it, and then realized they kind of done goofed up, and now they're talking about they're going to revert the changes back. And of course, now with also people knowing that Ayato is having certain inconsistencies with his elemental skill duration, like, I don't know, Hoyoverse, what's going on, man? Hoyoverse, it's kind of hurting my brain a little bit to that I've been thinking about this over the past few days. Like, what could be the reason? Are they getting complacent? Are they getting lazy? Are they cutting staff? Are they moving money to other areas or endeavors? And I think I do have an answer for you guys, at least my version of the answer. And that's why I titled this live stream discussion, because I want to open this up. I want to listen to what you guys also have to say regarding this, because it's a very interesting position we're in, right? I remember Genshin Impact to be this game that's very high in quality and consistent with quality updates, and with what's going on with these back-to-back character bug issues. I mean, they've had bug issues in the past. It's not like they've never made these kind of mistakes. It's just, it's getting pretty common, and like, can I say I'm a little worried? Can I say is this gonna be something that's very common going forward with every single 5-star release? So, you know, we're gonna have to see, right? We're gonna have to see, and we'll talk about that a little later on. But also, we were very successful. So Sanzu, I don't know if you were able to catch the giveaways. We did 2 giveaways. We were pretty lucky with the giveaways. So far we're doing good. All right, we're doing good, man. We're making sure your funds are going to good use. So giveaways for the characters are done. I'm still in the process of giving away the BPs and the Welkins that were all given away by Mostar and of course by Shukai in the previous streams. And of course now we're going to go back to the account reviews, and there have been people applying for account reviews, which is always, I'm happy to do them as long as you guys are willing to have me look over them and see what's up. And nowadays, to be honest, I try to make it a little more like a show and tell kind of, as opposed to you need to do this, because let's be honest here, it kind of gets repetitive when I just keep telling you guys, okay, go grind this artifact, okay, try building this character, okay, you can look to pull that character, maybe get Constellation 1 for this character. It gets pretty repetitive, right? Like which weapons to use. And to be honest, I'm not a Genshin encyclopedia. I'm not a Genshin encyclopedia either. You guys know this. I make mistakes, I give the wrong information, and I can admit to it when I do so. So, you know, more nowadays, more show and tell. So with that said, let's get into it. I just want to show you guys some of these accounts, and they're pretty banger, to be honest with you guys. And of course, we got the sponsor, nordVPN. Check them out. All right, if you guys, if you ever do need a VPN, check out nordVPN. They are very generous to have sponsored me. And you know, one of my first actually live stream sponsors, to be quite honest. No, second live stream sponsor. But you know, nordVPN, for the time being, they're going to be sponsoring us. All right. So, yep. With that said, let's take a look at this account. So it's an AR-56 account. Let's take a look at the characters. Of course, Raiden Shogun is a given. It seems like everybody has it. I think there's, out of all the account reviews I've done, I think I've done like, what, 30, 40? Around 40 account reviews at this point. Maybe like 3 or 4 of them didn't have Raiden Shogun. So Raiden Shogun is pretty consistent. Consistent in everyone's account.
River just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. My Pokédex is complete, by the way.
Wait, Sanzu, were you missing Venti? You were missing Venti? Was that the last guy you were missing for your account? Congratulations, though. If Venti was the last one that you needed, congratulations. It's a nice feeling. But I've come to understand that like being a collector isn't enough in Genshin if you don't actually build all of them. So like as I'm trying to build every single character to level 80 without spending money on like resin refills and stuff to like rush it, I bro, I'm spread so freaking thin. I'm like a freaking I'm like a I'm like a freaking gluten-free pancake, bro. So deflated. But that's also because I'm not like I'm not going so hard to I'm not going so hard to maximize every single resin. I do it whenever I have the time, but I always make sure every day I at least burn down my resin once. But I can't do it like multiple times through the day. So all my characters, like most of them, are level 80. Level 70, level 80 are like 70% of my characters, and I have all the characters, and 70% of them are like level 70, level 80, which means most of their artifacts aren't truly matured. And sometimes if I have conflictions in artifacts for two characters on the same team, sometimes one, like the main DPS, usually gets the better set, and the other one just kind of gets some weird crappy set, right? But I hope you have found a way to diversify your Pokedex, your Pokemons, because currently for me, man, I'm struggling just a little bit, but it gets better every single day because with each piece that I do obtain, it does contribute quite a lot to the overall efficiency for my team comps. So there's that. It says all my 5 stars are 80, 90 minimum and 70, 80 on all 4 stars. Currently, it will happen one day to max them all out.
River just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. All my 5 stars are 80 90ths minimum and 70 80ths on all 4 stars currently. It will happen one day to max them all out.
For me right now, I have my 5 stars. I think there's only like 2 or 3. The healers, I think, are level 70. Everyone else is level 80 or 90. My 4 stars, most of them are level 60, some 70, and some 80. Like the Bennett, I believe, is 80. And then the free 4 stars, some of them I haven't even leveled up to like past level 20. I think I have about like 7 or 8 characters that are sitting at level 20 or so. Like the Barbara, Amber, what's her name? The free character that we all got, Aloy. Yeah, just chilling at level 1. So definitely a work in progress, but welcome to the club, man. The Pokedex has been completed. Now it's just the power of the Mons. So let's take a look at this account. Hu Chao, Ayaka, Raiden Shogun, Kujosara. Interested to see what constellations you have for her. You did pull Yai Miko, and you do have Shenhe. So Shenhe with Kamisato Ayaka, really great pairing, but you're lacking the... I mean, I guess you're not lacking. You have Xingqiu, right? You have Xingqiu, which you can make work in a freeze team. Now, the healer could be like Jean or something like that. Or if you don't have Jean, you don't have Jean. Diona, I guess, could work in this case as well. No. Lay 7, dude. Lay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm so like not gonna lie, all right, being completely transparent with chat as well, I'm incredibly nervous to pull on Lay 7's account because throughout my history I think I've been unlucky on some people's account, but I've never been as unlucky as I have been on Lay 7's account, and I do feel bad. I truly do feel bad, and I want to make it right. I want to make sure this time I get this man his C6, and Lay wants the C6 4 stars, which is hard to snipe.
7 just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. You got 5 or 8 weeks depending on her banner placement. Walrus, will you be ready for my cookie?
Oh wait, her name is Cookie, right? Cookie. Oh, that's pretty cute. Hey, there's some thematics, right? Cookie, like Cookie. Yeah, but for sure, man, we're gonna make this one work, Lay 7. All right, we're gonna make sure we take good care of your account this time. Like, give or take, you know, a couple multis. We're gonna get it. All right, don't even worry about it. Can't wait for Cookie Shinobu. So, Definitely, I would love to see this account pick up either Kazuha or Kokomi. Kokomi probably not so as important as someone like Kazuha, because you're running Raiden, you're running Ayaka. Like, that's just immediately it lights up in my head. It's like, okay, Kazuha, right? Kazuha is like the missing piece in both of these teams. So from the get-go, that's what I would suggest for you to look into, and I'm sure you might also be interested. And I saw you were running the Skyward Spine on Raiden Shogun. Interesting, which, it's not bad. 6112, definitely a little low. Energy recharge at 193, very low as well. But I imagine you just picked her up last banner. Am I correct in assuming that? Am I correct in assuming you just picked her up her last banner, so you're still working on her to get her to level 90 and her weapon to level 90 as well? Which is fine. You do have the 4-piece emblem, which is always nice to see. Sansa River. The thing is, it's very, very scary if you're trying to get just one 4-star out of like all of them, right? It's definitely scary.
Sussy Sanzu River just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. Mihoyo, oh, pulling for C6 4 stars again. Bold, but foolish. Muahahaha.
These are some good artifacts, I'm gonna be honest with you. Decent, like good. A little better than decent, right? Having double stats already and rolling into a couple of them, they're pretty decent. However, you're missing a good chunk of energy recharge, like around like 8%, right? So around 8% energy recharge you can get from here. Apart from that, I would like to see you maybe go for energy recharge. Let me see what's your attack right now. Your attack is only 1802, so I guess if you level her up to level 90, you could get a bit more there. Feels bad due to lack of ratio here. I mean, there's very little you can do. This is what I'm saying, right? Like, get better artifacts. It's easy to tell people to go get better artifacts. I'm sure everybody knows that. Like, okay, yeah, if I had better artifacts, of course, no duh, it's gonna be better. But I want to take a look at some of your other characters to see if you can calibrate or balance the efficiency. So you got her at C0, a C0 Raiden Shogun with less than 120 crit damage and less than 200% energy recharge is going to be hitting not too hard, hard enough for maybe Abyss up to Abyss 11. I think Abyss 11 is fine for you. As you move into Abyss 12, you're going to start realizing, you're going to need like 3-4 burst cycles to clear the room, which it's less than ideal. Granted, depends on what team you run for her. Other teammates can facilitate the damage, but it doesn't matter what you do at this point. Your Xianling's level 70, so she's not going to be facilitating for too much there. Bennett can't really do much. Sucrose is not leveled up either. Your Xingqiu is level 80. Let's take a look at your Xingqiu. Ooh. Not looking too hot. All right, not looking too hot. Let's see. 2-piece Heart of Depth. Don't have the other 2-piece Noblesse. Or you're not even running the 4-piece emblem. So far, from what I see, is emblem is needing some work. All right. Walrus. Here's a fresh advice. Get worse, dude. Here's some good advice, right? Maybe just get luckier with artifacts, right? That's the best advice I can give anybody. Okay, 2-piece Shimenawa. Very smart. Yai Miko don't need artifacts because Yai Miko is getting her own set.
River just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. Walrus. Here is a fresh advice. Get worse artifacts.
Damn, you're running some of these teams with I mean, I get wanting to wait for Yai Miko's artifacts, but to just completely just not giving her a cup piece is definitely that's gonna do it, man. That's gonna do it, right? That's really gonna do it. Same here. No Sans Peas. You do have the Ocean Clam. Let's take a look at your Ayaka, because I would assume those people had their artifacts yoinked by someone else. Attack. Let's take a look. Nice artifacts. What's the ratio you got running for Ayaka? 36, 156. Not bad, not bad. You really want to push the crit damage a little more. What you running for the headpiece? Ooh, you see, people, you see, this is ooh. No. I rather you do this. What you running for the weapon? Okay, you got the Amenoma. But then you're overstacked on crit rate. I guess you can get up to 90% crit rate. Is very consistent. But running attack percent headpiece on Ayaka is definitely slightly yikes. Now you see, chat. This is when I turn it to you guys. Would you rather her run the attack percentage or crit rate? Even I know it's Blizzard's rate. I know she's now hitting 90% crit rate with the crit rate headpiece. Would you guys rather say, hey, maybe attack is better in this case? I guess there is a point to be made. It's like, well, her crit rate is really high regardless. It's already 76%. Why not stack attack? I think, why not just stack attack? Because you're way overstacked on crit rate, and this piece also still gives her crit damage, right? It gave her a decent chunk of crit damage, I think like 10%. Yeah, crit rate stacking too high is unless you run into the situation where that 20 something. And let me tell you guys probably, how many people here play Lost Ark? And let me tell you, you guys might think 70% is high. You guys might think 75% is high. I used to think so too. All right, until I started playing Lost Ark. Flowcat can attest. Flowcat, please step forward and tell them, what does a 90% mean to you, right? When I see 90% success, all I see is that 10% failure now. I cannot tell you guys how many back to back 10% I hit. It's like we like in Genshin we keep thinking, oh, 70% is pretty high, it's pretty consistent, until like out of your Ayaka burst, only like you're supposed to 70% is supposed to crit, and then it only like half of them crit. The Flowcast says 90% is a lie. I failed 2 of those yesterday. Yeah, so people, statistically, you guys gotta understand, like 75%. Granted, I understand in this particular case, getting this to 76% is a great 1-to-2 ratio. So you guys are right. I guess attack percentage in this case is going to take the cake here. But I would love to see a crit damage. I would love to see a crit damage circlet. All right. I don't know. We're going back. We're just like circling in the same points. Like, oh, I'll get better artifact sets. But a crit damage headpiece is definitely going to help you. However, in this day and age, right this very moment, should you be like dumping a ton of resin in the Blizzard Strayer set? You know, I don't think so. I mean, also it depends on who you want to play. I don't know what your Spiral Abyss is looking like. I don't know where you are struggling, but this iteration of the Spiral Abyss is going to let's take a look at, if you don't mind. All right, I'm gonna take a look. If you're 30 stars, so yeah, there's definitely a bit of work to be done. So 30 star, you're definitely able to reach floor 12, but you're missing the 6 stars, right? So I'm guessing you're 1 starring all of them or something like that, or maybe 2 star, 1 star, 0 star, something like that. Which is fine. I don't think that there's a problem, because obviously you have a lot to work on for your account, right? So starting with Raiden Shogun, Emblem of Severed Fate set, I definitely think you can need more work because your Xingqiu doesn't have one. What about your Xiangling? Neither does your Xiangling. All right, so Emblem of Severed Fate, first and foremost, priority for the next 2 months. All right, 2 months. The next 2 months, my friend. I guarantee you, all right, I can guarantee you this. If you farm Emblem of the Severed Fate for 2 whole months, and you get Jiangling to Ascension 6, level 80, right? You get Xingqiu up to Ascension 6, right? Keep them at level 80, and you get them their artifact sets, and you get their weapons to level 90. You're going to be able to clear Abyss. 36 stars. Guarantee you. Alright. Ride Shogun to level 90, her weapon to level 90, farm the Emblem of Severed Fate set for the next 2 months. And just like that, you're gonna have enough damage to crush through Abyss. They don't make the Abyss too hard, and unless they really amp up the HP pool again, with just that, you're gonna be able to do it. Apart from that, you do have Ayaka, and Ayaka's already level 90. After that, I do want to see you maybe beef up Ayaka a little bit. And the good thing for you is, depending on what you get as the Shimenawa set, you can also replace your Hu Tao set. So let's take a look at how good your Hu Tao set is. Ooh, 25.6%. Let's take a look over here first. 55, 194. Weapon being Staff of Homa. So your Hu Tao actually should be like one of your premier carries over Ayaka. Ayaka doesn't have even her signature weapon, right? So let's take a look at the Hu Tao. This piece is going to be slightly tough to replace. This piece, you probably can replace it. All right, this piece, I'm just seeing. Please change that to an HP. Sans, please. I'm begging you. Please change that to HP. Pyro, Lava Walker Cup. It's okay. HP and attack. Crit rate, unlucky. So yeah, it's nothing to write home about. It's very average. Like, this set is pretty average, and I'm pretty confident in about 2 months or so, give or take, you're gonna get a Shimenawa set that beats this set quite handily. You're probably gonna get a very, very nice Shimenawa set in 2 months time, even as an offset. And do understand, if you do get a set of Shimenawa, you can replace this. It's not like Crimson Witch is so much better than Shimenawa that even with a better set you cannot know. Even a slightly better Shimenawa set can replace the Crimson Witch set, because there are also ways to play Hu Tao without reactions, and even accounting for the reactions with Xingqiu. If the stats are good enough, Shimenawa set can outperform the Crimson Witch set very easily, I would add. It's not very difficult for it to do so, right? So make sure to get on that. That's definitely the first thing I would tell you to do. That domain is very high value, very high value. So we saw Ayaka. Zhongli, I'm probably not going to look at. You got Archaic Pectra and the Gladiator's Finale. Damn, you're really really trying to pull things together. I can see that. Tenacity said I wouldn't really tell you to go farm it until after all your DPS are ready to go. All right. So Tenacity, it can wait. There you go. +0. +0. So definitely struggling. You know, it's already very impressive with what you have. You're able to get to floor 12. Very impressive. I'm sure in 2 months time, once you finish farming the Emblem of Severed Fate, you're gonna do fine. All right. So overall, I want to take a look at Albedo over here. Husk of Opulent Dreams. You have Zhongli and Albedo and Xingqiu, so you got a great Hu Tao team. So it's Hu Tao, Xingqiu, Albedo, and then Zhongli. As long as there's no corrosion, this team will not take damage. I'm just letting you know right now. Without corrosion, this team will never ever take damage. And on top of that, Xingqiu can heal Hu Tao a little bit, and Hu Tao has self-sustain with her burst skill. It's a great team to run. Really suggest you look into it, but highly suggest you get a good opulent, a good husk set for Albedo. 4-piece. All right. Apart from that, there's nothing left to really say character-wise. I do think you definitely should look for Kazuha if he's coming in the next patch or the patch after that. Kokomi, you can get her or you can skip her depending on how much you want to build around Ayaka. Of course, Ayaka doesn't need Kokomi. You can run a Raiden National or Raiden Hyper Carry team on the first team, and then you can run like a Freeze team with Xingqiu, or you can run like well, unfortunately, with Ayaka and Hu Tao currently both use Xingqiu, right? That's what I'm saying. If you get Sangonomiya, you can run something like Ayaka. What's her name? Ayaka Sucrose or Kazuha if you end up getting him, and then you can run Sangonomiya and then Shenhe. Right? Shenhe and Ayaka are essentially paired together, and depending on if you have an Anemo or not, you can run. If you have an Anemo and you want to push Xingqiu with a Hu Tao team, then you can run Kokomi in the Ayaka team. But you don't right now, so you end up having to fight with Hu Tao over Xingqiu for either freeze or vaporize. And to be honest with you, after looking at your artifacts, I do think Xingqiu should be paired mostly with Hu Tao because your Hu Tao is just more kitted and has more potential to deal damage. So yeah, and her team is already like fully well-rounded. And then Kazuha really comes in to bail out Raiden Shogun and Ayaka teams, the mono elemental teams with exception to Geo. Now, I did mention I want to take a look at your Sarah, because I'm curious what constellation she is, and now looking at her sitting at level 20. C4, not bad, not bad. Next time round, you can get her probably to C6, and damn. You know, that's all I can say. C6 Sarah paired with Raiden Shogun, even Raiden is C0. It's gonna be a bomb. All right. So with that said, that concludes the account review. I do think it's this account definitely has great potential. You have some very good characters. You've invested very smart, I would say. Right. It's not like all over the place. It's not like you have Ayaka and then you have Zhao and then you have like Tartaglia and then you have Ito and then like and then you have no supports. It's very like you have many pieces of a lot of strong teams already in place. Right with Ayaka, with Hu Tao. You don't have Ganyu, which is fine. You have Zhongli. You already have Albedo alongside Hu Tao. Right. You got Raiden Shogun and you prep C4 Sarah. You have Shenhe with Kamisato Ayaka, and of course, looking forward, you're like Kazuha is the best next piece for what you have. Let's say if you are running Ito teams, if you're running Hu Tao teams, if you're running Tartaglia teams, Zhao teams, or Eula teams, right? Even like maybe not Ganyu, but like Eula teams, Yoimiya teams, I wouldn't really say Kazuha is a necessity, but seeing how you're running Raiden Shogun, you're running Ayaka, I say, hey, maybe look into Kazuha, right? Very, very good character overall, and I'm sure a lot of people in chat can agree. Good luck, man. Good luck. All right, that's it. That concludes the account review. Now we can hop into some more spicy stuff. All right. Now we can hop into some more spicy stuff. What is going on with MiHoYo? What are they doing? What are they doing? What's going on here? Right? I don't want to jump the gun and say HoYoverse is getting lazy. I think like people keep saying I'm a white knight for HoYoverse. I don't know how many of you guys agree that I defend them a little too much. And I do have to agree, right? I do have to agree. When I enjoy something, I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. But when the benefit of the doubt is there, when there's too much benefit for too much doubt, I guess you can say there's a bit of white knight going on. Because I like the company. I like what they do. I like how they operate. And I do think that in many regards, they're not milking the player base as hard as they can. You guys know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like, do you guys know how hard HoYoverse can milk us, and they actively choose not to do it, like not to overdo it? There is a universe, there is a reality where HoYoverse milks the ever living crap out of us, right? You guys know that they can do that. Is this about the hotfix on Yai or about Ayato? Both. This is talking about the fact that we're even in this situation, that they have to bring out like back-to-back patches for hotfixes, and hotfixes don't work, and then they have to revert the fixes, while the new character also have certain bugs, like bug issues that has to be dealt with, and they've said they're going to deal with it at a later date, right? It's just like I was saying, it feels uncharacteristic of Hoyoverse for them to be making this many oopsies here and there, and it just feels like they're not really paying enough attention to the characters. I think they are paying attention elsewhere. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think they're putting a lot of their manpower and resources and their attention focus all into Sumeru. I think it's pretty much all hands on deck for Sumeru. These characters have been planned for quite a while now. They've been tested, and they have a team that is just working on it with very little oversight, and they just don't care right now. They don't care about the characters. They want to make sure Sumeru works. They want to make sure Dendro works. Because think about it. It's not just Sumeru. There's an entire new element that's coming out that has to interact with every other element, and they need to make sure that is balanced. I think it's all hands on deck for that aspect of the game right now, for the new content, as opposed to these new characters. They just don't care, or they don't have the manpower to make sure everything is of the quality of what they've been doing up until this point. So everything is just like probably shit's hitting the fan at Hoyoverse headquarters, and we don't see it, of course. But back to my other point is how Hoyoverse can easily be milking more money out of the player base, but they choose not to. I don't know if you guys like share this sentiment with me. Sansa River says they can release a new Kaching variant every patch if they want to milk my money. That's my point. Hoyoverse can easily be very lazy about this and release like these money grabs essentially with remodeled, like reskinned characters, or they release more lazy skins for characters and just sell them because they charge a large sum of money. But I think they're also not in the best standings with the community.
Sussy Sanzu River just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. They can release a new Kaching variant every patch if they want to milk my money.
And I know Hoyoverse is not stupid, right? Like we can all agree at the very least Hoyoverse ain't dumb. They know what makes money. They know what they can do to make money. They know what they can do to make quick money. The active choice not to do so, at least in my books, earns my respect. And I think a lot of other like third-rated shady ass gacha companies can really learn something here, right? Like the quick money isn't always the key to success. Like sure, you can kind of scam $20 from me, but you're gonna miss the $100 down the line that I would have paid if they just keep me waiting, right? Keep me on the edge of my seat. And I think this sentiment has to be addressed if we want to talk about Hoyoverse's recent, it's not even a controversy, right? Just recent oopsies. We all make mistakes, and I don't want to sit here telling you guys I'm defending them. I do think with it being back-to-back patches of 5-star characters having bug issues, it's something that I feel should be addressed at this point, and going forward we should be on the lookout. For example, Yellen, if she comes out and she has certain issues and she needs a hotfix or need to be delayed, like, it really speaks volumes for the quality of these characters being released. Exactly what is going on behind the scenes with these beta testers. Should MiHoYo increase more, like increase the spots for beta testers? Because at this point, let's be honest, they're not stopping the leakers. Don't need to worry about the leakers. It doesn't matter. All right, Hoyoverse, like if they're scared of the leakers, it literally doesn't matter. They are not stopping the leakers. The leakers run rampant day one every day. They know there's no consequences. Hoyoverse tried to like set an example by suing the living daylights out of some poverty line white collar workforce person. It doesn't work. Nobody cares. No one cares. Right? It's day one, leaks run rampant, right? Thank goodness I blocked every leak YouTube channel. Like, if you go to my YouTube homepage, you won't see leaks. But look, I'm going to do it for you guys right here. I'm so confident. Are you guys ready? You guys ready? You guys see this? Bam. Leaks? Any leaks? Please don't embarrass me. Please don't embarrass me. Leaks? 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 Huh? Leaks? Leaks? Right? I'm not out here telling you guys, like, I don't look at leaks, I don't search up leaks, but I'm telling you guys, I'm very aware of leaks being a very like running rampant. They're everywhere, right? So, and the biggest reason is because Hoyoverse doesn't give a shit. Hoyoverse doesn't care. They don't mind it. They're actively posting next patch's content on their Twitter feed. They've embraced it. So this is what I'm saying, right? Like, they're adapting and they're making sure that they want to get their name back into a place where the community can not meme on them. They don't want to be part of the content. Like, Hoyoverse is like, our content are these mobile games, Honkai Impact, Star Rail, Genshin. Hoyoverse is not content. We don't want to be part of your content. We don't want to be a meme. We want to be respected. And they're doing whatever they can to earn our respect. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Nobody cares how hard they try if every year they're gonna slap us in the face like Will Smith with Chris Rock, right? To be honest, when Will went on stage and slapped Chris right across the face, I felt like, damn, isn't that what Hoyoverse did to us during the 1-year anniversary? I mean, isn't that what happened to us? Sounds poverty line white collar workhorse. Never thought I'd hear those line put again. I mean, maybe Salaryman Tokyo fits. Because in China, bro, okay, this is what's going on in China right now. Like, basically in China, like, you can have a master's degree in China and you'd be like waiting in line to scrub toilets.
Sanzu River just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. Poverty line white collar workhorse. Never thought I hear TT hose lines put together. I mean, maybe Salaryman in Tokyo fits.
Because nowadays in China is not in a lack of workers, right? Like, if we're talking labor workers or just like data entry or administrative or just and even now in this day and age, like even IT workers, you're not gonna have an easy time finding work. So people in China, like, even if they're like all suits and ties and they have a good job at a relatively big company, they're barely getting by in life. And getting slapped with, like, let's not even say the fine that person got slapped with, like getting slapped with an additional $2,000-$3,000 as a salary worker in China, it's like a death sentence. That's a death sentence. Like, you're done. There's no way there's very little room for emergencies, So when I saw that article about the guy who Hoyoverse decided to really like go after financially, a part of me felt like, yeah, damn, like, serves you right, but a part of me did feel kind of bad because that's a death sentence for most people working in China, and it's a scary feeling, man. And even with that, like, even with everything to lose, these people are still doing it, right? There's a thing, I said this word back before when I made a video. There's a thing called 侥幸心理. That's like a Chinese phrase that we say, like, how should I translate it? Like, I remember somebody in the comments translated it really well. What that phrase means is, like, it's a mentality of, like, it's the mentality thinking you're gonna get away with it. Right? There's a lot of people doing this stuff, and people in the West as well, like sharing leaks, getting into the beta just to share leaks. They all have this mentality that, like, oh, it won't be me, I won't get caught. Right? That's what everybody thinks until they do. So, I think all the power to them. I respect the people who go and risk their accounts and it, to a certain degree, their livelihood and security. I don't think anybody who's, let's say, if you're making $100,000 a year, you're not going to do this, right? You're not like if your life is going very well, you won't go out of your way to risk yourself like this. To be honest, that's what I think, right? I think most people who are risking themselves to get the footage from the beta testing servers are people who either want to do something online, they want to create some sort of value for their community, or they're selling it to people for I don't know how this stuff works. I don't know how the leakers get the footage to is it for clout? Do they just want internet brownie points? I don't know, right? If people who are doing really well in life wouldn't usually risk, because if you do get caught, that that fine is coming. Right, HoYoverse is gonna chase you down. They're a $1 billion company, and the last time I checked, $1 billion company likes money. Right? these people really like money. If they can slap a fine on you, get their lawyer team, really hunt after you to recoup their losses because you actually did sign a digital contract with them, they're gonna do it. All right. Like, yeah, it's all fun and games until you get caught. Like the great saying, it's all shits and giggles until you giggle and shit. That's exactly what this situation is. And to be honest with you, I think these people have a lot of balls. They're very brave people, and of course, maybe because okay, I'm just waiting for the day where HoYoverse adds some sort of marker in game to identify people's accounts without people knowing it. For example, all right, let's go in game. Let me just show you this. For example, let's say a marker, because we have our code at the bottom right. So let's say if HoYoverse somehow is able to add some sort of symbol somewhere on screen here without people noticing, and every account has a unique symbol, and then they record the leak and then they release it, and HoYoverse just needs to match up that weird symbol with whoever account it is, and boom, it's like a QR code, like a custom made HoYoverse in-house QR code. And the second they find the leak, they just need to scan that little tiny QR code, and then they know exactly whose account is registered under. They can do it. All right. They can do it.
Sussy Sanzu River just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. Brownie points are harder to spend than a college degree or crypto.
Yeah, but I think sometimes people just need that. They need the validation. They need the I don't know, because I know leakers are held in very high regards within a portion of the Genshin community, right? If you're a well-respected leaker and your information, it's not just Genshin, it's just everywhere. The tech leaks, news leaks. People respect the ones who are willing to risk themselves or to risk something to get the information that others are seeking. And I think that's what a lot of these people are going after. Maybe some are going for the thrill. I really don't know, right? So, I don't know. Sugar Pop says, Hoyo would put that much effort into tracking leaks. Half of the time, they ignore actual big problems with the game. I know, right? I don't want to come out and just label them this lazy, greedy pig company, because let's be honest here, they're not. They're really not. If we're gonna say HoYoverse is the laziest, shadiest, worst gacha company, dude, what is a good gacha company? Or we're just gonna say all gacha game companies are trash. Is that what we're saying here? Is that productive? Is that? I don't think so, right? I think if let's just say this, all gacha companies are bad, but can we go a little further? Can we now rank the good amongst the bad, right? The best out of the worst. Maybe that's what we're doing, right? And I think HoYoverse is definitely up there as one of the better gacha companies. I played so many gacha games in my time. So many. And I gotta say, HoYoverse is not that bad, people. They're really not that bad. People keep oh, I gotta go fucking White Knight. Dude, I'm a White Knight for HoYoverse because I do want to believe in the fact that they're trying to do good, because I see that they're not Like they're at least they're not milking the ever living daylights out of us with every method they have in the book, right? Like for example, like if if I go to the gift shop, like this is all I got. Like this is it. Like what? Really? This is the best you can do, Hoyoverse? Like if you want to milk money out of the whales, this is all you can do for resource purchases and 10 resin refills a day? Really? 10 a day? And I get it. A lot of it is government regulations, right? A lot of this, like, government, Chinese government's like, hey, you better fucking put a limit on how much resin these kids can refill, right? You better make sure that they're not spending like 10 hours a day playing your freaking mobile game. That's bad for our people. You can do that in the West, all right? Put that shit on the NA servers. Like, don't you put that on our servers? But of course, a lot of this is psychology, right? Why let you splurge everything in one go as opposed to drip feeding you and making you come back day after day? That's their philosophy. They stretch out the game to make sure that you come back over a longer period of time. And I think it's also, people think like, oh, that sounds shady as fuck, bro. Like that's so shady. That's like mental. That's like manipulative. But you got to think about it. Hoyoverse is trying to align the player base interest with their interest. Their interest is they want to develop Genshin over a long period of time. It's a 10-year, like what was it? A 10-year project, right? So of course, they have to incentivize their playstyles and their content release and their pacing to be a more long and drawn out pacing. I don't know. Am I just finding excuses for them at this point? I do think it makes sense. They're not contradicting themselves. They told you guys, hey, it's a 10-year project. It's going to last for a long time. And they're also drawing a lot of the things out over a long period of time. Things are very slow and dragged out pacing wise, story wise. A lot of things are redundant, and it's just maybe they're not populating their world with meaningful content. I can agree to that. I can 100% agree to that. There can be a lot more meaningful content to be integrated into the game. But at the same time, we've also seen Hoyoverse is not one to drop shitty, like just cash grab content into the game as well. They do prefer quality over quantity. And look at the teapot, right? To be honest, simply dropping a housing system into Genshin Impact is easy. Actually, hands in the air. How many of you guys expected Hoyoverse to put this much effort into the teapot? Like, I'm gonna be honest, I just thought it was just gonna be a housing system and done. I never thought they were gonna freaking put plants, freaking put characters and all this other weird stuff in there. Like, I never thought they were gonna go this far, and they're still going. Right? So what I'm saying is, Hoyoverse seems like whenever they add these features, these bigger features, they want to do it right. They want to blow you away. I've never seen a housing feature in a mobile game, let alone a gacha game, this detailed. And I mean, I guess Honkai has a similar housing system, and Arknights has a pretty decent one as well, where it leans and contributes to the game resource wise. But Genshin is doing a good job. They're taking it to the next step. They're really giving you the freedom to express yourself, both either whether artistically or whatever, right? And it does add value back into your gameplay if you're, wanting more resources or whatever. They give you that in the teapot. I never thought they were going to go this far. Right? So, and they're going to keep developing it. I was scared that they're going to release it and it's a one-time thing and then they stop doing stuff with it. But no. Every now and then they add more stuff in the teapot. They give more features in the teapot, and that's what I like to see. And I do think for a lot of the features going forward, they want to do that for newer features as well. If it's a new combat system, a new endgame system, they want to make sure it keeps getting updates.
Sussy Sanzu River just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. China's main problem is blaming any and all problems on easy targets that solves nothing. It's similar to what the West also do sometimes, but people usually call them out on it before it becomes law.
Blaming any and all problems on easy targets that solves nothing. Yes, I can see that as well, because China, how should I do that? There's a lot of pride, right? Like, and I get it. Pride, it doesn't because here's another thing, right? I don't know. This is the thing. I'm gonna have to reach a little bit to talk about this because I don't know how much. Because Hoyoverse, while we think like, oh, they're a billion-dollar company, they're a big company, but in China, a billion-dollar company, it's okay, right? I don't know how much of the government is involved. I know they regulate the content releases, the scripts, and all that stuff, the stories and stuff, but I don't know how much of it is truly under the government's control. But whenever it comes to admitting fault with anything, there's always something about face, right? So one of the big first thing they always do is deflection. Right, so that's what Sanzu is talking about is problems on easy targets that solves nothing. So first and foremost, a problem comes forward. The first thing is to deflect, and it shows as well, right? Like, and this is kind of meme, but you know, in Chinese martial arts, it's all about like deflection, right? Like it's in the culture. Literally, it's in the culture. It's like deflect, 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 deflect. It's the first thing that they do. It's so ingrained in their culture. And I know it's kind of meme, but it's I think it's just about face. Yeah, it's just about face. They don't want to lose face. That's it. And you're right. Deflecting blame or deflecting problems solves nothing. Like, it doesn't solve anything. It just make them look less bad, right? And while they're not fooling anybody in the West, or like, we know when it's their fault, but they're taking that chance, I think, that, hey, even if 10% of the people, nay, even if 5% of the people believe us, that's still saving face, right? So it's a very stupid concept, and I think, how should I put this? It's very old fashioned, but I guess a lot of people do it as well. Like, people in the West, it's about dignity. It's about standing your ground, and that's why we have the terminology saying like, oh, I'm gonna like die, like die on this hill, right? Like, that's a hill I'm gonna die on. It's like, you know, I'm so deep in this, I can't get out of it. But I'm just gonna die on this hill. So China does that a lot. Like, they know they're in the wrong, or like, I don't want to make this political, but like a lot of Chinese companies, Chinese people that I've realized is that they're very stubborn, and they rather be wrong all the way till the end than admit that, you know, what they did was wrong, and yeah, blah 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 blah. So. Jason Leon saying, as a Chinese myself, I think China player is keep finding thing to blame and don't think is wrong or correct. They're definitely more critical. Like, holy shit. Like, if I go to any Chinese forums, they are so critical, and they're like, and I'm not saying everyone is, but like, the critical ones are far more critical than the ones I've seen in the West. The West find ways to appreciate even when you know, they don't enjoy certain aspect of it, and the West is much more passionate about the specific ones they care about. For example, a Kaching main would spend a lot of time digging around Kaching to find new things, you know, mechanics and stuff. That's the West. Their obsession is driven by their passion. I don't know what the fuck is going on in China, but like, their obsession for finding problems is their passion for finding problems. It's like they just want to go in and break this whole thing apart and find issues with it, and their goal is not to chastise you or to harass you about it. They just want to bring it up. They say, hey, there's a problem here. Can I either A, abuse it to gain benefits, or B, bring it up and, you know, get some brownie points and get it solved, right? Start a discussion, you know, I'll be the first one. And there's a lot of connotation with being the first, right? Speedrunners are very well respected in China. Like, oh, the first one, or the fastest one, or the or people who find these little tricks, bugs. They're very respected because these people are spending hours of their day researching and looking for this kind of stuff. And I don't know, I don't find it in the West. West have great theory crafters who work and specialize in different on different characters in different areas of the game, whereas like China, these guys literally sift through everything just to find problems with it. Like it's evident on the forums. Like I would, let's just put it this way. If I were to cover Chinese Genshin forums for content, I would never run out of Genshin content. Ever. I can make 3 videos a day. I would never run out of Genshin content. These people have so much things to say and talk about. Theories, right? Whether regarding to lore and or stuff like that.
River just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. It's the Chinese mother-in-law mentality. Lol.
Exactly. Exactly. You never question the mother-in-law. You bow your head down, you respect them, and you never make them lose face. And even when they're in the wrong, even if you dare to bring it up, it'll only deflect, and nothing gets solved. That's exactly what the situation is. So I guess after all this discussion, I just want to say that HoYoverse is definitely losing a little bit of grip when it comes to the quality of characters. I'm not going to say content because I want to see Sumeru, right? I want to see Sumeru. It's just a theory, a walrus theory. I don't want to put blame right now. Like I said, everybody makes mistakes, especially during this time when, let's be honest, it's Sumeru, right? Like they're putting a lot of time into Sumeru. They're putting a lot of time into trying to make sure Dendro works. Like if Dendro comes out and it's a fucking mess, it's a buggy fucking mess, expect a video. Expect a collab with Soul. Like I'm gonna be jumping on. I'm gonna try to embody Soul of an Artist vibe because like it wouldn't make much sense.
Sussy NHiki, Shukai, just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. It's just a theory, a game theory.
Desteroth is asking which artifacts for Diona. Diona is like 4 P's noblesse. Jason Leon says, well, actually, them can fix Yai by make the E take less time to cast and make it more smooth. Yeah, but that then she just feels too good, right? Here's the first rule of HoYoverse designing characters. It can't feel too good, right? You cannot be happy. You should never be fully content with the C0 character. There should always be something you wish that they can do better. So that way you can always look to the constellations. And I know it's not going to work on everyone for every character, but they just need you to do that for like a couple of your favorite characters. Then they got you, right? No character should, I guess in that way, like Yai still has an awkward charge attack, but that doesn't get fixed in her constellations, right? I think making Yai's elemental skill go faster and more smooth, like maybe shed down the animation or give you faster like you can cancel out faster.
Just
maybe
applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. HoYoverse. Sumeru is going to be the most immersive desert ever.
Sumeru is going to be the most immersive, barren, dry desert ever. Right? Oh my god. Anna, what are you doing? I was talking, and from the corner of my eye, because I know Beluga-chan wasn't there, and then the chair suddenly started moving, and I nearly damn shit myself. I don't know if you guys can see it. I was like mid sentence, and like I think my heart just dropped to my ass cheeks, like to my butt crack, because like I was talking and I know Beluga-chan is not there, and suddenly the chair started moving, and goddamn, I'm sweating now. Holy shit. And like the bedroom lights are all closed, so it's like all dark over there. And this part is kind of dark as well. Whew. Hey. I thought HoYoverse has sent their agents. I thought HoYoverse. Bro, I'm not even done with my stream and they're already sending agents. HoYoverse comes and suddenly the stream ends. Hu Tao suddenly appears behind me with a coffin and just like, you're. But but then again, I never trash talk them. I'm just saying, like, I can overlook. I know some people are saying like, and it's not a big portion of the community, right? Like it's just a small portion of the community is saying like, it's kind of disappointing seeing how Hoyoverse, like, they just stopped trying, didn't they? Right? It's not really that they stopped trying. It's they're trying in other avenues. As much as we would like to believe that they're a billion-dollar company, blah blah blah, and we've heard it a million times, they're a billion-dollar company, but that doesn't mean all 1 billion goes to Genshin Impact. We'd be lucky if even like 15 to 20% goes into Genshin Impact. Hoyoverse, like, Genshin Impact is not their everything, right? They're pouring a lot of resources to making sure Star Real's release is going to be successful as well. Of course, they have Honkai to continue to sustain. Genshin already receives a very large chunk of money to continue its development, and I don't know how much Sumeru and Dendro is going to eat up in all of this. Character releases at this point, I think, are staples, and it's they've been doing it for over a year now, right? So they know exactly what needs to be done for every character release, the PVs, right? The synergies, the numbers, the constellations, right? How it's designed to incentivize people to pull lower constellations. And I think it's evident with Ayato this time that their attention is elsewhere. Naruto feels like a very normal character. There's not much controversy talking about it. Like, I can see where people are coming from when they say Ayato sucks. He sucks in the fact that, like, he doesn't excel in any like one thing. I think we're very used to people, like, characters that are very, very, very good at one thing and suck in other areas, but where you really won't need them to perform well in those. For example, Hu Tao, right? No one gives a damn Hu Tao doesn't do AoE damage. Like, sure, she does a little bit with the burst skill, but like, nobody cares because she does single target so well. So then, like, nobody is out here saying like, oh damn, I wish Hu Tao can heal my teammates. Damn, I wish Hu Tao can petrify enemies. Nobody cares. It's not like a character needs to do everything. Whereas a character like Ayato, he does a lot of different things, to be honest with you. Like, his burst skill, hydro application, he's a bridge unit for reactions for a lot of different teams. But look, sometimes maybe it's a little too much. Maybe it's a little too much, right? And he doesn't do one thing really, really well. So people compare him with other units that do one thing really, that does do like that, who are one-trick ponies. And people go like, oh, well, he kind of sucks in comparison, doesn't he? So I think a lot of it is due to that. I think Hoyoverse right now just really don't care. They don't care about the characters right now. They need to make sure Sumeru and Dendro are damn near flawless when they're on release, or else they can kiss a good chunk of the player base goodbye, because I think a lot of people are really just holding on to hope that Sumeru is really good. The new Dendro Archon's good. The new Dendro element's going to keep people engaged, interested. There's going to be a lot of content, people testing things, right? That's what people are hoping for. The hopium is really all put towards that. And if that kind of falls flat...
Sussy Sanzu River just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. Fusion energy, full dive, gacha gamers. Why attract players when you can trap them forever, South style?
Like, I don't know how. Well, as much as I've been reading a lot of manhwas. Sanzu, I don't know how much manhwas you read, but like this, like some of these stories are very interesting because these people they're finding like creative ways to integrate real life with these fantasy worlds, and sometimes I do get lost in these stories a lot, and I just start imagining like, how legal would that be? How legal would a system like that be in our world, right? Do we even have anything right now in our, like, can we even put ourselves in that much risk? Like, for example, linking up a neural network from our brain to like a central network, right? Like a host server, and have the neural connector have so much impact on our brain that it can literally fry our brain circuit, like our neuron connectors, right? Our dendrites. If if the company or like if the system malfunctions, like do we even have anything that potent in our like everyday life that can screw us over that bad? I guess like you can say like, oh, if you take a bath with a fucking toaster, right? Okay, I get it, but you know that's different. That's you taking the freaking toaster into your bath. But we're talking about like a piece of equipment that is that powerful and that you're willingly, putting onto you. I think that's like the big science fiction horror. Like that's a big thriller part. Is like in the future, integrating technology into our physical bodies always runs the risk of getting fried, circuit fried. Lay 7 says Dendro Archon is the youngest Archon, so will they be a kid or a Kaching type of body?
Sussy Lay 7 just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. Dendro Archon is the youngest Archon, so will they be a kid or a Kaching type of body?
But the thing is, isn't the Dendro Archon like the Archon of Wisdom or some shit like that, or am I getting my stories mixed up? Am I starting to get my story mixed up? Chat, please remind me. Is the Dendro Archon not the Archon of Wisdom, or was that Zhongli? No, Zhongli is the Archon, like the god of contract, god of wisdom, the god of knowledge, god of wisdom. Okay, yeah. So isn't it kind of ironic that the youngest Archon is the god of knowledge and wisdom? Kind of weird. Like you would think maybe the youngest one could be like the god of freedom or or something like that. And then someone like Zhongli could be the god of wisdom. Interesting. But let's be honest. All right. HoYoverse is not one to shy away from a challenge. I really hope if they like, but HoYoverse has made sure that child characters in this game are represented as these very cute and lovely, bubbly characters, and I would love for an Archon to represent that. I would love the Dendro Archon to be this bubbly, cute thing, and then you just feel like you want to hug and protect it, where in fact it's a 500-year-old god of wisdom and knowledge. Subaru is wisdom, Fontaine is justice. They only inherited a title from the previous Archon. Oh, I want Dendro Archon to be the most illegal looking Archon, just so the Seeks' giveaway ends with FBI knocking on Walrus's door. Bro, I don't know about that, man.
Sussy Sanzu River just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. I want Dendro Archon to be the most illegal looking Archon, just so the C6 giveaway ends W with FBI knocking on Walrus door.
I really wish the Dendro Archon, if it's like I'm just gonna say it, if it's like a lolly character, I want it to be cute. I don't want it to be like suggestive because it's like 500 years old. I really can't. I can't. And I know there's gonna be a huge Twitter war. Mark my words. I know there's gonna be a huge Twitter war if it comes out. It's a freaking lolly, and people are gonna lose their freaking mind over it.
Sussy Moztar just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. Watch the Dendro Archon be built like the biggest macho man you can think of.
That's not gonna sell very well.
Sussy Lay 7 just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. We already know that they will make sure to make all content for the next year good for her, so they sell Dendro well.
I think Dendro reactions, like I made a video talking about this. The Dendro reactions has to be important in some way. They can't be like minor, reactions. I think there has to be some reactions that are literally going to reshape how we play teams. There has to be new teams. There has to be new specific variants of certain teams, or else it's such a waste of their time and resource to develop an entire new element. This element has to throw things off balance. For example, For example, right now, imagine if Anemo doesn't exist. There are certain team comps that wouldn't exist flat out, right? Imagine if Hydro didn't exist. Imagine if... God damn, if Electro didn't exist, the game wouldn't be that much different now, would it? Like, we'll be losing like 2 teams. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay? Of course Electro matters. Electro, there's like a bunch of... No, like, I'm not saying Electro characters don't exist. I'm saying Electro doesn't exist. All the Electro characters will just be another element. Listen, chat. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying if the element doesn't exist, you'll still have Keqing. She might just be, you know, Pyro, Hydro, Cryo, you know? So, I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes... I don't want my hope up too high. I don't want to get my hopes up too high because I don't want to get disappointed by Dendro. I do think it's going to be good, but I don't think it's going to be like wow, you know, because like WoW just feels so out there when it comes to recent Genshin content release. I think we just have too much expectation for Hoyoverse. Like, do you guys feel the same? Do you guys feel the same? I feel like they smashed it out of the park with the initial release and we got used to their quality, right? We've never seen a game like Genshin. And then they smashed it out of the park for the first couple of like months with patch 1.0, 1.1, 1.2 being all amazing. And then server 1, 2, 3, 1, we keep expecting that.
Just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. Avatar Keqing, thanks.
As much as I would love to see Keqing thrive and, you know, be good in like in a post Dendro world, come on. If you don't have like a C6 Keqing with like an R5 weapon running like Shenhe Chongyun, she's not even... Like, it's really hard to make her compete. It's difficult. Let's just put it that way. My Keqing, I think... Is this my account? Goddamn. Oh, yeah, it's my account. My Keqing is C4. My Jean... Was it? My Jean is C5 now. Remember, chat? We got Jean. Oh my goodness. One more. This might be my first C6 character. Jean might actually be my first C6 character. I cannot believe this. Chi-Chi is at C4. Where's my Mona? Mona is C1. I cannot believe this. Keqing is C4. C5, C6. Let's see what Keqing C6 even does. I know it's DPS oriented, but let's when initiating a normal attack, a charge attack, elemental skill, or elemental burst, Keqing gains 6% electro bonus. Can we make that like, I don't know, like 60%? For 8 seconds. Effects triggered by normal are considered independent entities. Sanzu, question for you, my friend. When they say are considered independent entities, it means they stack, right? I'm gonna assume it stacks, because if it doesn't stack, I'm gonna be pretty damn pissed.
Sussy Lay 7 just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. Will you quit if Keqing doesn't get buffed by Dendro?
I'm not gonna quit, but I'm definitely gonna make an entire video talking about how disappointing it is that Dendro doesn't rebalance the disparity between the elements. I do think right now Electro... There are many ways they can make Electro a lot better, starting with you know, making a more dedicated I think damage option for Electro. While Electro charge is good, I think like the Electro element oftentimes have to do burst damage through their own scaling. Case in point being, Raiden Shogun, once you get her to C2, even at C0, if you can stack her resolve fully, like that big burst of damage comes not from reaction, but comes from the character themselves, right? Of course, you got like C6 Sarah buffing up the characters as well. And I just feel like Electro needs a way for characters like Keqing who don't have innate high burst potentials to deal high damage. And then people are gonna say like, well, then Raiden's is broken, isn't she? Like, if you use Raiden and you get that reaction, then isn't Raiden gonna hit for like a trillion damage? But the thing is, Raiden's already hitting for like over 1 million for some people. Does it really matter that she hits like 1.3 million? It doesn't, right? Like, if the boss has 800,000 HP. Raiden right now hits for 1.3 million. Do you think the 1.7 million is going to matter? Does it matter? Like, Hoyoverse, you shouldn't be balancing, around the peak damage potential. Like, there are characters that need, like, are they just never going to release another character like Keqing? Like, I rather my Electro characters hit faster, but each hit are weaker. But then they suffer, man. They suffer so much right now due to this, because these characters don't have good innate scaling, which means if they don't rely on any reactions to scale up their damage, they just hit like a wet noodle. They just hit like a wet noodle.
Sussy Lay 7 just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. In our podcast today we had a debate which was worse, Geo or Electro, and it was split 50-50 between the panelists.
Okay, this is my answer to that question, right? Which element is worse, Geo or Electro? First, I want to further clarify what do they mean by worse. Worse as in to build teams, or worse as in individual units, right? Because Electro themselves have some very powerful units, like I said before, because to compensate for their lack of reactions, damage in reactions, a lot of them innately have great scaling, great numbers. And of course, it also depends on if you have a C6R. But if you're saying all C0 and you are relying on teams, I would say Geo is a better element, just because they have an insanely powerful resonance. Geo resonance is very good. But if you're talking about reactions, I mean, Geo reaction is kind of doo-doo, but Crystallize is Crystallize. There are teams that actually can make use of it. But I think Electro reactions is pretty much at this point almost exclusively Electro charged. That's like what a lot of people rely on when we're talking Electro based reaction. Superconduct is a niche reaction used in a very specific situation, or it's debuff.
Sussy Sanzu River just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. I will just stop C6R5 everything if Dendro doesn't buff Keqing, and I am not asking for much, just a stronger niche and a slight DMG ceiling increase.
That would be amazing. Like, no one is out here saying Keqing needs to be the best character in the game after Dendro drops. I'm saying there needs to be some love and attention that's put on older characters and not just Keqing, right? Not just Keqing. I would love to see maybe Diluc make a slight comeback through Burning, right? Through Dendro and Burning, maybe Diluc and his Phoenix maybe is able to apply a nice wide area of Burning, because when it comes to Pyro burst skills, I think Diluc covers a very huge range initially, right? It's a very straight line. So if there's a Dendro character who can like cover a huge area with Dendro, and then you switch to Diluc and then apply the burning effect, and he essentially can be used as like a alt bot, a Pyro alt bot, and he switches back out, and then you continue fighting with other characters, and now everything on the field has burned. I'm just throwing out ideas. Like, it depends on how potent burning is for people to want to do this, right? I'm just saying, Dendro has a lot of potential to rebalance the system that we currently have without playing favoritisms like Hoyoverse has always been doing in the past with other reactions and elements. Case in point being Hydro, Cryo, and Pyro. And I'm not out here shilling saying like, oh, it's because I want damage, more damage. No, I want recalibrations. I want possibilities to open up for Electro characters who are now seen as more niche units simply because they cannot access the same level of power these other characters have, because the numbers just aren't in their favor. like currently that's programmed in the system. It's not like, oh, get good. It doesn't matter how good you are. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Like Kaching, even with Sarah, is not even hitting certain characters' potential without a C6 4-star buffer. That's kind of sad, isn't it? Like, imagine needing 2 4-stars, Bennett and Sarah, just to scrape somebody's, like, someone's bottom damage potential. That feels kind of bad. And imagine having to change her, like, listen, people, Cryo Kaching absolutely slaps if you have, you know, like a high constellation Shinhe. Cryo Kaching slaps. It's pretty damn good with certain reactions and potentials. Why can't we have that for Electro? Why?
Sassy Day
Don't get
just
it.
applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. I really love the speed and battery of Electro, but the game feels too shy to fully commit. Also, Hydro Resonance rework, please.
Yes, Hydro Resonance, please rework. Please find a way to make 2 Hydro characters more impactful. We don't need more heals. HoYoverse, like, this is when their early game vision, like how short-sighted HoYoverse, I mean, I'm sitting here saying they're short-sighted when in reality game development, new ideas pop up all the time. I'm not going to say, you know, they're bad game designers simply because they couldn't see like 2-3 years into the future, but I'm just saying, like, Hydro Resonance is so lazy. Was
Sassy
designed so lazy.
just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. C6 your Bennett coward Pyro Kaching slaps. I
know Pyro Kaching slaps. Every Kaching slaps more than Electro Kaching, man. Like, like it's so sad to see, and I don't know why it ended up being like this. I really don't. I feel so sad because, like I said, Kaching is my first 5-star. I always have a soft spot for her because I re-rolled my account. Forgot how many times, like not that many times, and I really wanted D-Look, but when I got Kaching, I don't know, I just stopped wanting to continue re-roll. It's like, this character looks cool, she's flashy, she's cute. You know, why don't I just continue the game with this character? And I did. And I ended up paying over like $2,000 for that mistake because, well, I call it a mistake. Like, I ended up paying $2,000 for that decision. I mean, not mistake, because I really wanted D-Look enough to the point where I was willing to fork over $2,000 to try and get him on the standard banner, which I didn't. By the way. I ended up getting D-Look as an off banner when I was trying to get Hu Tao C1. I still remember it because that's how much I wanted this, guys. I didn't get D-Look until patch 1.3. And I still prefer to play Kaching over D-Look. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It's tough, man. It's tough trying to use her to clear. Like, for example, if I wanted to use Kaching to clear the current Abyss 12 with 36 stars, you know, it's gonna be a struggle. Yes, resin is full. It's gonna be a struggle. It's gonna be tough because my Kaching, first and foremost, she doesn't have the best artifact. Like, she doesn't even have a 4-piece artifact. I'm really hoping, first and foremost, when Yai Miko's artifact comes out, I want to see Kaching being able to use it. That's the first step. Second step, when Dendro comes out, I want to see Dendro and Electro have some sort of synergy to incentivize characters like Kaching who have innate lower scaling but hit very frequently. Maybe a good reaction with Dendro is able to elevate her damage ceiling, like Sanzu was pointing to. That's all I want, man. Like, I don't need her to hit 1,000,000 damage. I don't need that. I just need her to be like, I just need my C4 Kaching to at least rival maybe a C1 or C2 modern DPS character. I don't know. Is that too much to ask? Is that like, oh, Walrus, that's so copium? Like, maybe. But I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. It's not fair. I'm going to say it. It's not fair. It's not fair. And I have every character, and I'm saying that it's not fair. Right? Like fucking Ito. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this character, man? Come on. Like, this is a fucking... like, what is this? Who is... what the fuck is this character, man? Hey. Hoyoverse. What's your problem? What did Kaching do to you? What did Kaching ever do to you? My Ito has only 1.6 defense. No, wait, do I even have... No, I don't have his artifacts on. I don't have his artifacts on. What is my Ito's defense if I slap everything on him? If I bring stuff over. Is this my Ito? Is this? Oh. 2.2. I don't know if that's good or not. To be honest, I'm not an Ito connoisseur, but like this character is just fucking like you guys know what I'm saying? And yeah, I get it. They're newer characters, games develop, right? Gacha games, power creep. It's part of the thing. But this is not even fucking power creep anymore. This is like a fucking power avalanche. Like, bro, comparatively, that's a power avalanche. So I stand with Sanzu, right? Sanzu is saying he's gonna stop C6R5ing characters if they don't do something. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't know for sure, but like I don't know if I'm that convicted, but like I might stop collecting characters. Like I might start pick and choosing characters. To be honest with you guys, like it's I'm getting to the point where like I want to love a lot of these characters, but I don't want to like end up having these people sitting in my my storage just collecting dust. I don't. It feels very wasteful, right? These characters aren't cheap, and I'm not out here playing every aspect of the game every second to get so many primo gems. I don't have like the additional, because it takes hours to grind through puzzles, open all the chests. A lot of the process to get primo gems just isn't enjoyable to me. I like the combat, right? I'm currently working on Spiral Abyss again. I got myself to Chamber 10. Like I'm probably gonna finish Spiral Abyss. I'm gonna start working on Chasm more. I want to find out more about the story. I'm not a big fan of the puzzles. I am a big fan of the music, the exploration in some areas, like zones that interest me. I love the Grand Narukami Shrine. That like it's so beautiful to me, and I enjoy that. I pick and choose what aspect of the game I enjoy, and I play towards that. And I think a lot of people are just like me. If like I can't speak for Sanzu and like Lay 7 and these people who like they're considered whales, bigger whales than myself even. How they play the game. Like Sanzu, do you play every aspect of the game? Do you open every chest, gather every animalculus, search up like interactive charts, do your daily commission every day, and min-max everything? I don't know, right? Do you have the time to do that? Or do you play parts of the game that you really enjoy? Do you build characters in interesting ways to push their limits? I don't know how, but I'm willing to bet that most people aren't playing every aspect of Genshin 100% to its fullest, because that's just not realistic. That's not reasonable. I think there's a very small portion of the community who enjoys every bit of Genshin. And I enjoy about, I'd say 35% of what Genshin has to offer. A third of what Genshin has to offer, I really enjoy it. The other 66%, other 2/3 of it, not that interested, to be quite honest with you guys. And I can say this openly, right? And I think when people burn out from Genshin is that even the 1/3 or maybe 1/4 and 1/5 of what they enjoy, that starts becoming mundane, repetitive, boring. That's when people start burning out. Always consume in moderation. And I'm as moderate. I'm as moderate as you can go when it comes to consumption. I'm taking things very slowly because I know once I am done with a lot of this stuff, it's done. It's over. You can never go back. You can never redo it. It's like finishing a good book. You can't just erase your memories and reread the whole book again. It doesn't work that way. You can reminiscent, right? You can look back and remember. It's just not the same feeling, and I don't like rushing through it. I'm currently really addicted to a certain manhwa, but I can binge read this shit in 2 days. But I've been reading it for a week. Dude, good shit. There's just not enough good shit around these days to allow you to splurge like that. You know, and I'm talking like blow through, and like I can play through Chasm in one sitting, people. Like in one sitting, like I've grinded out games for 12 hours a day. 12 to 15 hours a day.
Sussy Lay 7
I can't.
just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. I play for the combat and resin refresh. I don't play a lot of events unless they're combat focused and I get my waifus.
Lay 7, I'm pretty much similar to you. Like minus the resin refresh.
Sussy Sanzu River just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. I try to do everything, but I have a busy job.
Yeah, like that's understandable, right? Like, and to be honest, I try to savor every bit of Genshin because I know once you finish it, it's done. Like, look at once I finished this zone, I barely ever go back anymore. I did take it slow. I did take it pretty slow. I'm gonna take Chasm relatively slow, but I'm gonna pretty much get it done by the end of this patch, right? In Kanomiya, I really like the music, but something about Kanomiya just felt too puzzly, too like too much effort. The effort wasn't worth the. I really enjoyed Inazuma for the most part. There are some areas, like for example this. No, I'm not about to go in here and finish this puzzle because I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I've been trying to do this puzzle like for a week straight. I must be some sort of like advanced idiot because I just can't seem to get it. And yeah, I'll probably keep trying it whenever like I feel like I want to challenge myself again. But for the time being, I'll take the L. I'll take the fat L. What is this? What the fuck? What is this place? I might check it out. Okay. Yeah, but overall, you know, this is how I play the game. Play it slow, play bits and pieces of it. There's so much that I have to do in Genshin. Right? There's so much that I have to do in Genshin. And you guys can call me an idiot, right? I'll admit I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. If Genshin players, if the Genshin community were a shed, I am at best a shovel. At best. You guys thought I was gonna say I'm at best a hoe, right? But joke's on you. Hoes have sharp tipped edges. Like I said, I'm not sharp. I'm at best I'm a rusted shovel. All right, just think of me like that. Then you'll get a very clear understanding for how I approach this game and how bright I am with this kind of stuff. I'm not like some elite gamer by any means.
Sussy Sanzu River just applied wet
fucking
status. Damn,
puzzle.
That's hot. Don't worry. Once you clear that fog, it mihoyo just slap you in the face.
Like, I damn near smashed my monitor when I got stuck here. Cause I don't know, like I remember you have to climb a lot. Like I think you jump down, you fall down, you jump down, you fall down, and then there's a freaking like a pool of water that you have to get rid of. And I just couldn't figure out how to get rid of the water. And I kept climbing up, jumping down, and like freaking stamina system. I can't talk about it. I'm gonna start molding if I talk about it. No, I can't. We're gonna farm some artifacts. I'm gonna farm some artifacts to finish this. Wait, let's audio. Oh damn! I keep forgetting that. I keep forgetting that I mute the audio out here. There we go. Alright, chat. Do you think we're gonna win today? Are we gonna get a single piece? Just one piece. Oh, by the way, how many people here reads One Piece? Any One Piece fans in the chat? You guys up to date? You guys up to date? I can't wait for the next chapter. I think it comes out tomorrow. I think the next chapter comes out tomorrow. I can't fucking wait, man. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I can't wait. Y'all better start catching up. The last chapter was heat. Yeah, the last chapter. If we're using heat, that shit was a freaking volcanic Crit damage. Crit damage. Ah. Are you winning, son? No. It got crit rate. We're looking on the bright side. God damn, this thing is tough. Sanzu says, I got several good pieces from this domain so far. Feels rigged because it's not a popular domain due to the artifacts being designed the way it is. Bro, your account doesn't count. You got like special favors.
That's hot. I got several good pieces from this domain so far. Feels rigged because it's not a popular domain due to the artifacts being designed the way it is.
Sanzu's account is rigged in all the best ways possible. Flowcat says, hopping out of the stream for the evening. Good luck on your RNG wars. Good luck, Flowcat. Good luck. I'm gonna be sitting here and watching your the podcast stream. I wasn't able to catch it. It was outside, but looking forward to the podcast. Man, why doesn't it crit? Oh no, I forgot my Kazuha is still using a dull blade. I forgot. I didn't switch his weapon back. Because I was doing a Kazuha versus Venti comparison, so I needed to make sure it was fair for Venti. There we go. There we go. I was like, why am I not killing this stuff fast enough? Where's the dull blade is OP. Yeah, if I were a weapon in this game, I'd be the dull blade. There we go. There you go. That's a difference, chat.
Sussy Sanzu River just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. You should see my Ayato and Venti summons. Lost all but 2 and 50/50ths weapons, not much better either.
Wait, did you C6 R5 both of them and their weapons? Did you C6 R5 both of their weapons, or you just got one copy of them? Oh my god. That is a pretty good attack cup for Raiden as an off piece.
Sussy Sanzu River just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. Even worse, I didn't see a single ka-ching.
But I mean, your ka-ching is like C25 or something. I didn't use a Sour Burst this time, didn't have it ready. Jacko Raipal. Jacko Raipal says, this has made me realize something. I did Abyss 36 hours and everything, but I felt off and harder. Now I realize that I had stolen Kazuha artifacts for my new Venti, so I had nothing on Kazuha. That's what I'm saying. Like, Kazuha literally can still carry you with no weapons and artifacts. Oh, no. No. Feels bad, man. Jesus Christ, I need some heals, bro. Ooh. Ooh. I give up. Like, come on, man. I need to save some resin for tomorrow because I need to run some domains. I'm still building up my Ayato because I didn't pre-farm anything for him. Whew. 345,000. Pretty good. Pretty good. 2 more attempts and we're done here. Please. Please. This is the 3rd one. Please. 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 I don't know. I need some of Sanzu's luck. I've been grinding this domain since Tuesday, I guess. It's been 4 days. No luck. I think it was Wednesday stream. When I was streaming this, I got some good sets for like Zhao. That was it. That's all I got, man. That's all I have. Please. Okay. Give me a good feather piece. I want elemental mastery. Oh no, wait. Who is this for? Oh, no. I want crit rate, crit damage, attack percentage, and maybe energy recharge. I'll take Elemental Mastery. At worst, I'll take HP percentage, because Ayato somehow has some sort of HP scaling. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Oh my goodness. Well then, chat. Fuck! Thank you guys for tuning in. We're gonna end the stream here. I'll probably make like a more dedicated, concise video talking about Hoyoverse, because I do want to jot down some notes, clear my thoughts a little bit, and go over exactly what I think is going on. Don't want to be too negative, but at the same time, you gotta call them out when it's time to call them out. And I hope you guys all stay. How should I put this? All stay hopeful and stay happy. We probably have 1 to 2 more patches before Sumeru drop. At least 1 to 2 more patches, maybe 3 patches before Sumeru drops. I think Dendro should be coming with Sumeru. Should be, right? Because they can't just release one Dendro character and call it that. They have, if they're releasing a Dendro character, the whole frickin' Dendro reaction stuff is coming out. Probably not going to be for a bit.
Sussy Lay 7 just applied wet status. Damn, that's hot. Good night.
Thank you, my friend. Thanks, Lay, for showing up. Thank you, Sanzu, for the support, as always. Incredible. Love to have you guys here. And thank you, amazing chat, for bouncing ideas off with me. And, of course, Flowcat, even though he already peaced out. But, of course, thank you to everyone. Hope to see you guys on Wednesday stream. And, of course, in videos. Yeah, that's going to be that. I'm going to take my time with and enjoy Chasm. I hope the story slaps. And stay safe, people. All right? Good luck with summons. Have fun. Enjoy the game. Slow patches are definitely going to be coming to an end relatively soon as Sumeru drops. There's going to be a lot more things to do. And till then, urge you all to stay safe. Peace. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.